Hello, gorgeous souls. This is part 2 of Kate's issue, which is, if you're watching this, I bet you've already said, oh my God, I can relate to this. If you have a family, I bet you've lost yourself in your family. And if you have a creative dream, I can almost bet that if you've got a husband or a partner, he has a point of view about it that puts you in a defensive situation because you can't explain it, you just want to do it. So the first thing, and how are you feeling now? Because this is really important for these people to know. You can feel shifts happening in your body.
Absolutely. It's like for so long I've had no words for it, or I couldn't move through it. But now that explains it and brings it all together for me, which is really good. So it does give me hope.
It soothes emotional stress. That's one of my biggest passions with awareness. That like food soothes hunger and tired soothes sleep. Awareness soothes emotional stress, because you just start to go, okay, I can sit with this for a while and start to process it really differently rather than the boredom or the defensive getting in the way.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to share is that in this situation, Kate's husband, as she explained, is questioning her or wondering, trying to understand what it is you want to do. It doesn't make any sense. How is this all going to work?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, what men do is they come from observation. They're not coming personally. He's actually, if he was here right now and we said to him, are you attacking Kate? Are you thinking that she's nuts? He wouldn't say that at all. He's in love with her. He married her. He's got a family with her. And that would be in his essence. He would really love this woman. And he's just coming from a natural state of male observation, going, I can't see how this works. I've got to provide for this family. How is all this going to work? I don't know. And if you go and start doing what you want to do, oh my God, that's going to bring up stuff in me. He may not know that. But that's what happens. Because he's in a program where he's got to provide, work every day. This is what we do. And you want to paint? You want to do this? What? Who does that? But it is possible. So what we need to first do here, and is what Kate's body said, is detach from that.
Yeah.
Really go, he's coming from observation. I don't have to defend. I'm actually coming from my heart. And this is something that is I'm so passionate about. One thing I get across in my workshops, women, trust your heart, trust your gut. You come from a space that has so much power. If there's something you love and you want to go for, you can do it. And if someone gets in your way, you need to look at it, but you don't need to defend or let it squash you. And if you are in a family, you can step out of that space and still have a happy family. And we've now seen families that can do that using awareness. So there is a program in you. This is a program that when I want to step out, so we're going to take Kate's husband out of the picture now because it's got nothing really to do with him. She's attracted that really inside Kate. She's not letting herself do this, and that's what we're going to find out, and it would come from an original time. So we're going to go back to a time in Kate's life where she first decided she needed to defend herself in wanting to be creative and wanting to step outside of the box. Okay, ready to go back in time?
Yeah.
Ready? All right, you're doing so well, sharing yourself, thank you. Okay, so let's have a look. If we go back, so how old are you, Kate?
42.
Okay, so if we go back 42 to 30, now can you feel your body start to shake now? Did you feel something move through your body?
Not just then, not
okay.
30. When you said
No,
30.
I haven't got there yet. I just wondered if you were aware of the energy that just stepped in.
I think so. I'm not sure.
That's okay.
Sure.
Be as honest as you can, because I could feel you start to get a little quivery.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. So if we go current age to 30, 30 to 20, 20 to 10, 20 to 15, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you can feel what I was sensing?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So talk to me about 16.
16 was, I remember I was a mess because it was around 15 that I met the boyfriend that I was with for about 5 years. After that, it was up and down, up and down. And I remember, just sort of maybe if this helps put it in a box, is that he said to me once, I feel like I don't know what role I need to play. I'm your boyfriend, your parent, your sibling. He said, you're leaning on me for everything. And I found as soon as I started to have relationships in my life, that I would lean on them so much. And someone else said to me once, they didn't like me simply because they saw me in whoever I was with, like as a partner. I see that you're in their shadow. So it was like immediately I get into relationships, I would lean on them to say, this is what you need to do in life, and just guide me. I felt lost or maybe scared in relationships, and I would become immediately dependent on that person for
Wow.
everything.
Wow. You
And,
had it. Yeah.
and when I got hurt, when he split up with me, I was in bed for a week. I lost a stone in weight. I couldn't function because for me, being hurt once was enough to say, you're not worth it. You're not worthwhile. And I still carry that with me now.
Okay, I've got a few things. First of all, there is nothing wrong with leaning on anything. If we told that to a vine, it would have a conniption. Seriously, vines love to hold on to things, so that we're all different in our natures. So what's really happening, and Kate, you can really relate to this if I'm on the right track with you, is that when you started to really discover yourself, and we do this in our teenage years, you discovered it felt, if you like, okay to lean on someone. It felt kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
And that someone kind of really shut you down.
Yeah.
Yep. So here you are finding a new love, be it your creativity, and you're going to want to lean right on it.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
And so in your belief system, you're going to think it's going to say right back at you, what, are you a painter? Can you do this? What is this? Yeah, and so what's really happening is if we go into your true essence, and this is why I'm passionate about this work, I want you to go out of here today and go, I love leaning. There's nothing wrong with leaning.
Okay.
I want to lean right into my creativity and I'm going to give it all I got. And because it's going to work, it's going to go through, it's going to happen. So it's just someone else's point of view you've taken on, and that part of you is just shut down.
Yeah.
And so the closer you get to being more of you, the more that comes up.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of talk to your creativity and go, I'm going to lean right into you.
Okay.
I'm going to totally lean into you, and you'll start to feel bits of Kate come back that haven't been there before. And as I said, we are so going to catch up with you and see where this takes you. But we need to change. We need to nurture the emotional body. And at 16, we kind of need to, for all my esoteric friends out there, you know 16 is happening right here and now. We're making the change. Kate will have a completely new past. For all the new people, we're just going to go back in time and we're going to readjust Kate's emotional body so that it can feel comfortable. Well, let's see what it wants to feel. I don't know. I'm putting words in your mouth now, so let's have a look. At 16, when that situation happened, it created you to feel sick. Can you relate to that?
Yeah,
and I suppose you said
so.
just feel really sick.
Yeah.
So what happens the closer you get to your creativity, the more that feeling comes to the surface and you believe it. And your husband, who loves you probably more than anyone else on the planet, is showing you this is in your belief system. I'm reflecting you, gorgeous. Yep, okay. The reaction to be aware of is denial. So at 16, if I can offer you something, you denied a big part of yourself. You've made a part of yourself wrong, being a leaner wrong.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? If we're looking at loving all of who you are, a part of you likes leaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that's okay. And that's what I'm saying. Just think of a vine. Think of bougainvillea. Think of a passion fruit. There's things in nature that show us leaning is just the same as standing on its own. It's just, you just got to be you and shine in all your colours. So at 16, you feeling it?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do, actually. Yes, I do.
The positive emotion is safe. You want to feel safe.
Yes.
You can feel safe being a leaner. And I'm using that word because I'm wanting Kate's body to really receive it. So she gets to the point where, who cares if I lean or I don't? I just want to do my creativity. But she shut that down, and that represents a part of who she is.
Leaning's wrong.
That's right. It's exactly. Try saying that to a passion fruit. It would never fruit. It's true. I'm lightening it up for that reason. The action to take is to feel it. So this is back at 16. So if I was able to talk to you at 16 and say, you know what, sweetheart, lean. Just lean. Don't worry about what he says. You lean on anything you like and feel strong being that. Know you're going to fruit. What would you feel? How do you think you would have felt?
Oh, it would have, definitely would have made me feel more comfortable with who I was and not think that I was weak.
What difference would it have made on your self-esteem?
Oh, it would have been huge.
Yeah.
I would have been able to stand up still.
Yeah. Go, yeah, I'm a leaner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a leaner. But
You-
I
what
can
about
still
you?
Stand here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but I that was around the age that I started to have quite severe panic attacks, and
Yeah.
That, so,
Okay.
Yeah, I always felt that everyone had it sorted and I didn't. But trying to explain that to a psychologist at the time, they just looked at me as if to say, yeah, you and everybody else, dear.
Yeah.
No.
And they would have been doing the best they could at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, they really would have. But it was great that you were able to sort of try and seek some help. Okay, we're going to leave it at that because we're aware of timing on these videos that I want to show you what happens in women's wisdom, and we're going to tune back in with Kate, I think, in about 2 weeks, and just see how the lean is going. See what happens. What I want to ask now, and I want Kate to be authentic with, is how does it change her thought patterns at home? How does she feel in her self-esteem? How does she feel in her relationship? And just what's happened in that time. So until then, lovely lady, thank you so much for sharing yourself so beautifully. And thank you too for watching and sharing. It's Jules O'Neill, and I'm sharing with you what I'm very passionate about, women's wisdom programs and how you can use awareness to help you in your life. Thank you.